It's trade deadline day here in sunny Tampa, Florida, where I am reporting just a couple hours after the 3 p.m. deadline and after speaking directly with Flyers general manager Danny Briere to break down the deadline as a whole and the moves that the Flyers made on Friday. I'm Charlie O'Connor with PHLY Sports, coming to you from the pools in my hotel in Tampa, wearing my Pool Kids t-shirt to mark the occasion. If you've never listened to them, they're a really good band. Check them out, also from the Florida area. But on to the important stuff, the truly important stuff, the trade deadline. The Flyers on the final day of the trade deadline. Trade deadline was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. They made some moves, with the big headliner being an actual stone cold buy. Flyers are not just sellers, they are willing to be strategic buyers if they're not giving up high-end assets. That was what Briere said a few weeks ago. He held to that. They gave away a fourth-round pick for this year. They traded that pick to the Buffalo Sabres for veteran defenseman Erik Johnson. Now, Johnson's had a long career. He's got 970 NHL games, 55 playoff games. He won a cup with the Colorado Avalanche. This is a guy who's had a really impressive career over the last couple of years. However, he's declined, showed his age. So this is the Flyers very much trying to extract what little is left out of Erik Johnson. They're doing it in large part because of how injury-ravaged the defense is. Nick Seeler is week to week with an injury. Jamie Drysdale's still out. Rasmus Salonin's still out. They obviously just traded Sean Walker for futures. They're definitely lacking on the defensive side. On Thursday night when they played the Florida Panthers in a dramatic 3-2 win that you can read all about at allphly.com. I wrote that article somehow in the midst of covering everything about the trade deadline. Was able to get that one out. However, they did run with an all-rookie third pair in Adam Ginning and Ronnie Attard. I don't think that was ever their hope that they were going to be doing that for the next 18 games and possibly into the playoffs if they make it. Erik Johnson is a way for them to not go full rookie, essentially, in the back half of their defensive lineup. My guess is that they will probably pair a veteran with a rookie on the back two pairs moving forward. I expect the Cam Muir, Travis Sanheim pairing to stay together. My guess, with Erik Johnson now on the team, they'll probably pair a rookie with a vet. Think Mark Stahl with Yegor Zamula, Ronnie Attard with Erik Johnson. They expect Johnson to get into Tampa sometime on Friday night. The hope is he will be available Saturday, and then we'll see just how much Erik Johnson has left in the tank. But giving up a fourth-round pick, probably a little bit of an overpay given how much Johnson has struggled with the Buffalo Sabres this past year, but they're obviously hoping they can get a little bit more out of him, and they really seem to value that experience. That was what Danny Briere kept harping on when we talked to him today in a hotel conference room in downtown Tampa, that the big thing with Erik Johnson and the big reason why they targeted him was because the experience that he has and the veteran presence that he can provide to young guys like Attard and Zamula, who are going through their first playoff push of their respective careers. That wasn't the only trade the Flyers got done today, though. They also made a player-for-player swap, trading Wade Allison to the Nashville Predators for Denis Gurianov. Now, Gurianov, interesting guy, legitimately an interesting guy. Former first-round pick for the Dallas Stars, showed flashes with them, and he's got an interesting skill set. He's big. He's got 6'3". He can skate like the wind. He's got a really good shot. He just never was really able to fully put it together in Dallas. Ultimately, they gave up on him. He ended up in Nashville. Now Nashville ships him to the Flyers. I don't know if Gurianov will fit long-term. He's a pending UFA. The Flyers really only have his rights for another few more months before they might just wave goodbye to him. But Danny Briere did say that they are going to give Gurianov a shot at the NHL level the rest of the way. Maybe see what they have in him. Maybe Denis Gurianov could earn himself another contract and convince them that he deserves to be a part of this. If not, they only lost Wade Allison, and while I know Wade Allison has a lot of fans in and among Flyers fans right now, he was a popular guy. I saw quite a few jerseys of Wade Allison over the last couple of years. He was a fan favorite. The Flyers just weren't sold on him. Danny Briere basically said, I asked Danny straight up, why did you guys sour on Wade Allison? He more or less said what it boiled down to was that Wade got beaten down in camp by Bobby Brink and Tyson Forster. And then after that, he just didn't necessarily respond the way they wanted him to. He never really was able to, in their estimation, regain his footing. So they're going to let him try to find his way in another organization. Good luck to Wade Allison. Danny Briere, wish some luck. I wish Wade Allison luck too. He's a fun player to watch. I'd like to see him figure it out somewhere. clearly it was not going to happen in Philadelphia. They spent the whole year without giving him a recall, and it just didn't seem like he was even on their radar anymore. Now, he'll go to Nashville, and he'll try to find a way to break through him. Final move of the day for the Flyers? Well, it wasn't really a move at all. It was the fact they were unable to trade Ryan Johansen. That was something they were looking to do. They obviously acquired Johansen on Wednesday as a salary cap dump in the Sean Walker trade. Danny Briere made it clear yesterday when we spoke to him before the Panthers game in Sunrise. Ryan Johansen is never going to play a minute for the Philadelphia Flyers. They sent him through waivers right after the trade, cleared. They technically assigned him to the AHL, but they let Johansen know, don't report yet because we're going to try to find you a new home. Well, they were unable to find him a new home. Briere said that they did get some calls on Johansen, some pokes, but for the most part, teams didn't seem seriously interested in him. So, Johansen, still on the Flyers' books. Briere confirmed that they will now expect Johansen to report to Lehigh Valley to play the rest of the season with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. And then from there, you don't really know what's going to happen, but I don't think there's any real pathway for Ryan Johansen to be a Philadelphia Flyer either this year or next. My guess is that they'll either again explore the trade market in the summer, or if they have to, they'll just buy him out. It just doesn't seem like there's a fit there, as I reported in my All PHLY article last night. My understanding is the Flyers just don't think he fits their culture in the same way they didn't think ultimately that Kevin Hayes fit their culture. It doesn't seem like be a good fit under John Tortorella. He wasn't a great fit under John Tortorella in Columbus years ago when he played under him for about 3 months before getting traded to Nashville. I think it's more or less that thought, that they built up this strong culture that they view as very important to the success of this team, and they just don't think Johansen will fit. So Johansen stays, but not really. He's not really going to be part of this. The Flyers will embark on their playoff push without Ryan Johansen, without Sean Walker, but with Denis Gurianov, and with Erik Johnson. I've been Charlie O'Connor from PHLY Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We all silly like the mayor.